unless you've somehow managed to travel to an alternate dimension, chances are you may have noticed that 2020 has been a year, well, like no other really. Safe to say, I think pretty much everyone has been affected in some way or another. Hello, I'm Shadow Raccoon.
And I'm Theodore Rabbit.
And here's our look back over the first year of the all-new decade. Honestly, when I said I wanted to make an end of 2020 video, I didn't quite know what to do, what to say, or even where to begin. Usually in these videos, I like to summarise the year, look at the awesome things that happened, see how the furry fandom grew, and make guesses about what's going to be next in the furry world.
But as this year was anything other than normal, it's hard to find positives to really talk about. And besides reading out a giant model of the numbers of 2020 and smashing them with a baseball bat, honestly, I don't know how else we could truly express our feelings about this year.
No one could have seen this year coming. Period. You know, lockdowns, cancellations, delays, socialising with your friends or family, going from just hanging out in person, to a Discord call on your sofa with a dodgy internet connection.
It really has felt at times like something out of a movie.
It has been such a hard year, and it's been hard to find even a few positives for the year, but I did find some. And I think the first place to look at positives is in the gaming world. The furry gaming scene has had some excellent additions in 2020.
One of the standout furry things to me this year has to be Animal Crossing. Ranked in many places as the game of the year, this slice of island escape took us away when we really needed it, and allowed us to hang out with our friends virtually, surrounded by, quirky and strange anthro characters.
Whilst for me, the game's starting to collect a bit of dust now on my shelf, I certainly won't be forgetting how much it helped me get through the beginning of this year. On the TV side, we also had some great furry things to enjoy as well. Hot on the heels of 2019's excellent Beastars anime, we got the fantastic brand new Animal. And there was also DuckTales Season 3 to enjoy. And much more recently, one of my childhood favourites returned, Animaniacs. Oh, so good.
There were also some great announcements for some furry cartoons to look forward to in the future, as well as including a reboot of Tiny Toons. Yay! And also something I think all of us have been waiting for a very long time now, more Zootopia, with Zootopia Plus being announced back in October.
Movie-wise though, 2020 was a bit of a bust for furry cinema and just cinema in general. However, we did at least get one furry smash hit at the start of the year, which I think none of us expected.
No.
The Sonic movie. Well received critically, loved by Sonic fans, and just so much fun to watch. It was one of the few films that I actually got to see in a cinema this year. I'm glad I did.
Yeah. The cinema. 2020 really did rob us of a lot this year, didn't it?
Yeah, it really did. And now, I'm not going to dwell too heavily in this video on the negatives of 2020, because after all, we all know what happened, and I think many of us, I suspect, don't really need yet another reminder of just what, we lost, both as a fandom or personally. I mean, this year really has just impacted everyone.
I mean, in-person conventions, fur meets, hanging out with friends, family, charity events, simply having a day out, vacations. It's an exhaustive list.
But when disaster hits, the furry fandom did what it does best. It adapted.
I mean, one of the things that really amazes me this year, I think it has to be VR chat.
Oh, the rise of VR chat. I mean, VR chat has just pretty much exploded in 2020, with 3D models of your character becoming the hot must-have, and people dropping into rich virtual worlds, recreating well-known places such as convention hotel lobbies, shops and theme parks, and of course, virtual versions of infamous real-world locations, so accurate that they actually attract the outside media.
And whilst the name may suggest it needs some sort of VR device, you really don't need to enjoy VR chat, which is a really great idea.
And I mean, it's free as well.
Yeah.
Conventions and live events also adapted to this new virtual-focused world, with an extensive list of furry conventions going completely virtual. You had Midwest Furfest, Anthrocon, Confuzzle to name a few, and they streamed panels, dances, through platforms such as Discord and Twitch.
Yeah.
I even hosted a game show for Virtualfication back in November.
When 2020 called, the Furry Fandom answered, and we must admit, looking back, I think it handled the situation really well. I mean, of course, nothing can quite replace meeting friends, hanging out in person, but we had options at least, and it really did help us a lot.
Will virtual conventions be the future? Personally, I don't think they're going to overtake real-life ones, but I do see them being part of the fandom going forward, as it's a great solution. I did actually talk about them as a topic in my one of my earlier videos in 2020 of things to expect in the next 10 years. Didn't think it happened so fast. I still stand by my points that they are great, and it's great to have options, and they bring people together where logistically you just can't, but they're just not a complete replacement.
No. Right now, though, the important thing for us all is to focus on, I think, is saying goodbye and good riddance to possibly one of the worst years in my rabbit life.
2020 has just been one clusterfuck of after one another, and simply saying goodbye to it in a normal fashion just would not be right.
No.
So we open the door to you, our viewers, to help give this year the send-off it truly deserves.
Hello there, fellow viewers. This is Shade Kitty Cat Feline saying goodbye to 2020. It's been a really crappy year, but here's hoping that 2021 won't be as bad.
Hi there, 2020. Thank you for coming to our office. Our Bear Council and I have come to an agreement, and that is 2020, you're fired.
So long, 2020. Oh my gosh, this year was the worst year ever. Screw you, 2020. You ruined our lives.
So hey, it's Harry Husky, and if I had to sum up 2020 in one thing, it would definitely be, without question, that this year has been the worst thing in the history of absolutely anything ever in the existence of anything. That aside, if I had to have one highlight from this year, it was just amazing to see how connected this whole entire world is.
How else can I say it? You're being let go. Your department's being downsized. You're part of an outplacement. We're going a different direction. We're not picking up your options. Take your pick. We don't like you anymore.
2020, you've been such a drama queen. Bye bye.
Remember 2016 when we lost some of the best actors and artists the world has ever known? People like Alan Rickman and David Bowie? 2020 was like, hold my beer and face mask. Let me show you what I can do. Honestly, I think I can speak for everyone when I say I just want to punch 2020 in the dick.
Goodbye, 2020.
Hey everybody, to say that 2020 was trash would be an insult to trash. I love trash. I know trash. 2020 was worse than trash. You will not be missed.
Bye bye. Don't come back soon. Don't call us, we'll call you.
"2020, goodbye and see you never."
So long, 2020, and good riddance to you. What an awful year. Amongst the other things, theatre being cancelled, I can't do my theatre, the conventions being cancelled, and global epidemics ripping through the world in such horrific ways, 2020 has been a heck of a year that I'd rather not see repeated. So, as I was saying, adios 2020, and please, don't let the door hit you on the way out. Roll on 2021 for a year of exactly the same.
Meow meow. Draegarth here, just wanting to say a huge good riddance to 2020. It has been a shit year for everyone for so many reasons, but knowing how bad it's been, we've got to think that 2021 can only get better. Even if it's small way, big way, whatever, 2021 is going to be better. So good riddance 2020, you are done.
Goodbye 2020, we're not going to miss you. Hello 2021. Woohoo!
Woo! Well, goodbye 2020, you ruined my career. You closed all the theaters and made us live in fear. My anxiety is through the roof and you killed all my fun. But I hope this won't be around in 2021.
Goodbye 2020, and screw you for taking away my furry conventions, my entertainment opportunities, my dearly beloved ones, and last one, my in-person graduation. Screw you 2020.
2020, you took so much from me this year, including my dad. The tables have turned. You're about to get a beating. Yeah!
Goodbye 2020. This year has been absolutely awful. It's took away one of the best friends outside of this fandom I could ever have had, and I miss him very much.
I just want to say goodbye 2020. It's been a really crappy year, and let's just hope 2021 will be more better than ever.
2020, you're out of here!
Everybody knows 2020 sucks, but we can't take anything for granted. For true happiness can only come from within. Ras-B out.
Yeah, 2020 has been one rubbish year, but hopefully you have a good 2021.
To say that 2020 has been eventful would be an understatement. However, in this year, I have been able to move countries to be with and marry my partner of 11 years. Even though we were unable to go to Tokyo, there's still next year. So 2021 will be waiting for you. Just be better than 2020.
2020, could you kindly piss off, okay? Yes, thank you. That'd be nice. There were so many things that I was looking forward to this year that I now can't do. I could have been at a convention in this. That would have been great. That would have been a fun thing to do for the first time. But no, I guess not. Okay, so just go away. Thank you. Go away. Okay.
This year has been extremely rough for me. I've worked harder than I have in the 4 years I've worked at my present place. I had to avoid my family because my parents are old and my dad is sick. I've had 2 times when I've been able to be with friends. Once in the first half of the year, and once in the second half. Goodbye 2020, now and forever.
Goodbye 2020. What a year it's been! And all I can say to it is... Die! Die!
2020. You've been a weird year, you've had your ups and your downs, but in a strange way, I don't think I'm ever going to forget this year. So, 2020, goodbye.
2020 can eat.
I like to think that 2020 has been a good opportunity for me to use the time in lockdown to work on my art style a bit more and kind of study some of the fundamentals. However, I also think 2020 has been the year where we somehow transported into an alternate dimension where despicable people are suddenly allowed to do despicable things and everyone just thinks it's okay.
2020 might not be the best year for our lives, but I did get something out of it. I made some friends along the way, and I'm glad.
2021, we are freaking watching you.
Oh, 2020. You know, if I still use Facebook, our relationship status would be, it's complicated. But the party's over, buddy, and it's time to show you the door.
2020, fuck you!
I couldn't have put it any better. And we don't really swear on this channel, so,
No.
you know, it really must have annoyed me this year. No matter what 2021 might bring, rest assured we will be here to keep you entertained. We've got more items from Wish to come, we've got furry commercials, we've got odd furry games we found, and just so much more stuff that I just can't share with you right now, but I can't wait to make videos about. We'd also like to thank everyone who watched us throughout the last year, who stuck with us through rough and smooth, and to those who helped take part in the video submissions for today's video. I'd also like to extend a huge thank you to all my patrons for their support in 2020. I just couldn't have made it without you. If you enjoyed this video, please do click that like button, it really helps. Or consider supporting us on Patreon, there's a link in the description below. I'm Shadow Raccoon.
And I'm Theodore Rabbit.
And we'll see you next week. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!